Hello and welcome to the guest segment right here on Africa Business Radio. It is the Breakfast Connect show, and I'm getting right into our guest segment for today. Now, the year 2020 forced a lot of businesses and business leaders to prioritize some functions over others. And I think for last year, the main aim for every single business, every single sector was just to survive and get through the pandemic. But then again, here we are. The brunt of the uncertainty caused by the pandemic is behind us to a reasonable extent. Technology leaders are once again looking for ways to stand out from competition. So with that, what is the future of Standout Tech Companies? Well, joining me for conversations this morning is Daniel Kibel. He's the founder and director of cmTrading. Hello, Daniel. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Good morning, Rachel. Thank you very much for having me.
All right. So, Daniel, I mean, it's the era of tech, of course. Standout tech companies skyrocketed in value last year due to COVID-19, which made online presence, the new normal. And even before the pandemic, the world had already moved towards technology. And now we're, past the pandemic. Where would you say investment in tech is in 2021 compared to how it was pre-pandemic and last year?
Okay, I think it's a really interesting question. I would, however, question if COVID is behind us.
Oh, it isn't behind us, of course, but to a reasonable extent, we've moved past the greater
I think
stage.
It would be 100% correct to say the markets have factored in the fact that COVID is not going to get any worse,
okay.
and we've seen the worst. I think that that's that much is clear.
Right.
I think on a technology, the world is continuing to move forward and to develop. I think on top of the big movers, we had the really big movers last year, which were Facebook, Amazon, Google, and Tesla, and Apple, obviously. And those had really, really big moves throughout 2020. And what we saw was that they dragged the Nasdaq upwards. What's very, very interesting is that you have the new era, though, of technology, which is very much more specifically in the cyber space, in the crypto space, online financial, and that's something that's very much to look towards, and also ecological. The ecology is a big thing, environmentally friendly, the vegetarian food, the meat replacements, all that kind of stuff is hugely interesting going forward.
Right. And I think the better part of this year saw big tech companies jumping in and out of lawsuits. Of course, we saw them really increasing their market values and all of that. But it seems like a lot of attention was pushed on them, and we see them in and out of this lawsuit or that lawsuit. Tell me, who or what will eventually have to write the rules for tech companies?
I think that's a really good question. I think there's a big question mark, because certainly cmTrading clients are very much enjoying trading the big tech ones. We're having huge investment in Facebook and in Amazon and in Google as well. And there's a big question because Facebook a couple of weeks ago won its case against the authorities in America who wanted to look into them for their anti-competition. But that throws the ball straight back to Congress in the US to make new laws. And that's what people are waiting for. And this is something that we get from the cmTrading clients all the time are asking, where do we see this going? It's the question that you're asking.
Yes.
Okay. And I think Congress are going to have to act. I think the US Congress is going to have to act. It's going to have to act against the monsters that are the big tech companies, because they're just getting too big and they're basically out of control.
So do you see
and if I can add, there's a big thing with racism on the big tech companies, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I think this is something to watch, because certainly in Europe there's a lot of anti social media activity because of the levels of racism. A lot of the black football players have suffered a lot of racism over the last week. In fact, over the last years. And the big tech companies are not doing anything to deal with it. And I think that could tip the iceberg against them, very much so.
A lot of persons will argue that this is a lot more political than it is economically, but they always there's a thin line between politics and economics. So I guess that explains it. Now, how do you see this affecting the momentum of these tech companies going forward?
I think there's always going to be a question mark on big tech. Okay, what we've seen is a huge move up. cmTrading clients have been trading big time these big companies, and I think generally doing very well out of it, earning a second income, a third income, sometimes a main income just from these and from other investments that they're doing online. There is a question mark. My guess, and it's only my guess, I don't think you mentioned something very interesting regarding whether it was politics or economics that's leading this. I don't think that the world's elected bodies can allow these huge tech companies to grow and grow and grow without any form of regulation on them. Yeah. So I think that's something that will affect them. Will it affect the share price? I'm not so sure in the long run. I think big tech is here to stay. It's just that they might have their wings clipped a little bit. Right.
And I think that's also important to a reasonable extent.
Absolutely.
All right, let's look at the angle of cybersecurity now. It is still relatively new, but it became really critical in today's economy as things and people are consistently becoming more and more online based. So it is safe to say it will play a big part in the future of standout tech companies. But along with the good comes with the bad. We have seen hackers trying everything they can to hack and access information that shouldn't go public, which is not good for these tech companies. So how can these companies handle situations like this? What measures are put in place to curb this, seeing as people are, investing big to protect themselves and wouldn't like to compromise their safety?
I think you've said it all. Basically, the reason cyber is such a big market, the reason why a large proportion of the investments nowadays in new online tech companies are in cyber specifically because our data needs to be protected. Yes. If you're Visa or if you're MasterCard and your systems are attacked by hackers, they can steal all the information. Right. If you're an insurance company, they can steal the information. We had the big story a few years ago of the online dating for married men who wanted to cheat on their women, and there's Ashley Madison, and their servers were hacked, and people blackmailed as a result of getting that information. Anything is down to water supplies, traffic lights, it's all sorted today online and all done by computers. Therefore, you need cyber, and cyber is, without any question, the big go word now for the tech companies, without any shadow of a doubt.
And this brings me to your recent article titled "Should You Invest in Tech?" You spoke about alternative economy and how the world is moving towards it. Can you shed more light on this?
We're in the 21st century, and the world is moving forward at a crazy rate. And technology and crypto, whether it be Bitcoin or Ripple or Ethereum or whatever it might be, there's no question that we're moving to a world that's far more technological, where the data is more open to everyone. And this is a wonderful time to invest in the markets. I mean, I was telling people, I'm not going to jump high on this, but claiming a lot of success on this, but at $2,000, I was saying Bitcoin is a big buy because there's an opportunity to make a huge amount of money on Bitcoin. And we went all the way up to $60,000. If you remember, now we're about $35,000, but people who put in $2,000, they even bought one Bitcoin. They made $30,000 in basically a year and a half. That's crazy.
Really?
Absolutely. And that's the kind of investments at cmTrading that we love people to do, because there's no better advert for people to invest online for those that make huge amounts of money. Right. And they tell all their friends about it.
All right. Daniel, let's move on to, what you do, cmTrading. Of course, it's Africa's largest online broker. And you guys are trying to, spread your wings in Nigeria. So tell us about your upcoming event, seminar, here in Nigeria.
So we are. cmTrading is already very large in South Africa, and it's a real code of honor to have such popularity within Nigeria in what is quite a short time. And we've seen there is huge interest in the among Nigerian people to learn to trade. So we have an event every Saturday okay, where attendance is free. Okay. So even if you're trading with another company, you're not sure. I mean, obviously, if you're trading with another company, then you need to learn about cmTrading. But even if you're trading with another company, come along to our event, get an idea of how things work in the market, the philosophy of the market, the basics of how to trade. It's free. And it's free for anyone to come along. The event is at the Radisson Hotel in Lagos. And all people need to do, they just need to sign up. They need to register in advance. So clients can go to cmtrading.com. Okay. That's cmtrading.com. And on our homepage, you'll see on the slider there's a button to press to join us and register for our event. And I really, really recommend it because cmTrading clients and clients of other companies who understand how to trade, who understand the basics of trading and the philosophy behind it are the guys who are making lots and lots of money because there is huge demand for online trading today. I'm sure you've heard about it. I'm sure your friends have. It's getting a lot of press and people are interested and people want to make money. And especially in today's times where COVID, where a lot of people are at home working, either they're working from home or they're not even working. They've been sent home. People are looking for an extra way of making money. And online trading is a wonderful, wonderful way of doing it. Understand there are risks because with any investment, there are risks.
Right.
But you can make a lot of money trading. And my example on Bitcoin, just one of those. We've seen gold prices go through the roof. We've seen oil fly up and come down, then fly up again. There are huge opportunities every single day. And if you want to jump on the train and make that extra money and give yourself an opportunity to make that extra money, then come along to our seminar. Go to www.cmtrading.com, sign up and join us every Saturday at the hotel. Okay, at the Radisson Hotel on Isaac John Street in Lagos. Come along, join us, and we'll be delighted to see you.
Right, I'm sure our listeners will want to jump on this one, Daniel. Now, since we're talking trading and finance now, while I was preparing for this, I read a couple of things about financial risk management and how information technology has been affecting it thus far. But just to hear from the expert now, how much do you see new information tech changing financial risk management processes?
Information is king. Information has been king for forever. When you have more information, then you can learn more and you can do more and you can react more quickly. And that's one of the advantages of online trading. Right. Everything is available. Everything is online. At cmTrading, we have educational videos. We have webinars. And obviously, we have the seminar that we have on the weekly seminar in Lagos. So information is absolutely king. If you understand why the market is moving as it is, if you understand what is behind the market moving as it does, then you're in a perfect place to make that extra money.
Right. All right, I have to wrap up the conversation on this point now, Daniel. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you'll be available for further conversations around this.
Thanks so much, Rachel. Looking forward to speaking with you soon.
Have a nice day. Bye for now. All right, I've been talking with Daniel Kibel. He is the founder and director of cmTrading. The Breakfast Connect show continues in just a moment. Stay here.